Hey guys, David Lemon here. Welcome. I am so happy I am here today. I just had to leave from a marketing meeting we had earlier in with our team. Guys, you are so lucky to be here. There's so much good stuff coming your way. It's just impossible to explain. We have now a full marketing team on there, basically working to make your life much easier, much more beautiful when working with this software. Also, we are planning so much content. It's just unbelievable. You'll be so happy very soon. I have a couple of people joining in already. Please say hi. Please type in your name and where are you coming from? Where are you watching from? So that we can introduce some people in here. So I have Christine Case here. Hi, Christine. It's so good to have you here. Yes, as you can see over here, we are building out a one-page website for a local business today. So this is the topic of today. I have Kristen here from Missouri. Perfect. Raya Sam is here. Hi, David Lemon. Raya Sam is an awesome guy. He was on my lemonade session, on the first lemonade session. He was asking so good questions. In case you didn't see this one, this was on Thursday. You can go and watch it. We are doing another lemonade session this this Thursday, so don't miss that one. Let's see who we have here. We have Tracy Dell. We have a Facebook user here from Amsterdam. Ooh, Europe, nice. I have Jacksonville, Florida, another Facebook user. So guys, in case you're just joining in for the first time, please go over there to streamyard.com/Facebook. This will allow StreamYard to take your name and the profile picture. So actually I can see it here below my mouse. Some of the names that I'm showing, like Raya Sam, he already approved this one on StreamYard, so I can see his name and his comments. So this is in case you're commenting me like a person from Amsterdam, I would be able to see your name and the profile picture so I can know who I'm talking with. In case you're watching us on YouTube, this is not necessary. This is only in case you're following us from Facebook. So let's just have a look. Jacksonville, Florida. I have here Mei Ling Chu from Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. I have Mark Cuato. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Welcome, Mark. It's good to have you here. Dwight Perry. Hey, man. I have Richard from CT USA. Phyllis from Louisville. Nice. Dwight from UK. Don Niagara Falls, Canada. Jason McNee. Good one. Jason asked me a question earlier about how to add a business email address in there. I will be explaining you how you can basically have an email address shown up on a website. In case somebody clicks it, then they can immediately send you an email. So this is what's coming. Let's just see here. Oh God, so many comments are coming in from YouTube. We have Hannah from Nigeria. Hi, everyone. Ben Bailey following us on YouTube. I finally made it. Ben Bailey from Brighton, England. Hi, Ben. It's good to have you here, buddy. Reed Porter from Kansas City. Elizabeth Donati is joining us here from Montana. Kurt is here from Kalamazoo, Michigan. Kalamazoo. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing it incorrectly. Tom Jones is here. Okay, Mark said, David, it's pronounced Kuto. Thanks, from Bakersfield. Good, thank you very much. I have Burb Gibson here from Kalamazoo, USA. Perfect. I have somebody here from Western New York. Nice one. So I have already questions coming in. We didn't even start yet, but this is the activity I like to see when I'm doing a live stream. So we have approximately 50-ish people watching us at this moment. I have Richard Bowen asking, can GroovePages make page with a slider or images? There is an element. I will mention it later on, show you where it is. However, at this moment, it is experiencing a couple of bugs which were already reported. So at this moment, we are just waiting for our devs to just fix this bug, to kill it, and then it will be back online. So a couple more people joining us here. Facebook user from Atlanta. I have Kat here also from US, from Ventura, California. So guys, one more time, in case you're joining us for the first time, in case you haven't seen our live streams yet or haven't commented before, head over to streamyard.com/Facebook. In case you're watching us on Facebook, this link is posted in the description of this video. So just click on it, approve StreamYard, and I will be able to see your name and your profile picture. For example, Gel did it, and then I can see who is this person. I can see the profile picture, so I know who I'm communicating with. I have Go Success, Gali from Indonesia. Perfect. I think we are going to start now. So today's topic is building out a one-page website for a local business on GroovePages. So I put up a post not long ago. I have a couple of people putting in angry smileys or angry faces on the live stream. I'm not quite sure what I did wrong, but I hope nobody is angry with me already. I'm just starting out. So let's just see. So I put out a Facebook post not long ago about are people interested in building out pages for local businesses, and I received a couple of comments actually. So this was my post on here. Let me just see if I can zoom in here. Okay, I just zoomed in a bit too much. Let me just see if it. Okay, so I hope you can see it. Let me just make it big for you. So this is what I asked. Who here is interested in creating a website for a brick and mortar business? Not a landing page, not a funnel, but a proper website with services, contact, and all the good stuff other websites have. And actually, I received 130 comments and then 75 likes and so on. So there was quite a few people that were interested in it. But what they didn't understand what brick and mortar business is. Basically, a lot of people that are not using these slang words or actually these words that their language is not the number one. Basically, some people like me, I learned English as my third language, so some people are in a similar situation. So what I was referring to here is to create a local business that can be found actually on a physical store. So you go in and then purchase something with actual cash and money. So these are stores that are like hair salons and pizza restaurants and all kinds of different places that are actually made from brick, that are actually in actual buildings. So this is what I was asking, and I received a couple of or most of the comments were quite good, but there were some that are like digital businesses, and they were like e-commerce website, and I don't know, all kinds of different things that were not very related to this one. But I went through all these 130 posts, and I picked one niche that I will be actually doing today, and I will be showing. So a lot of people were in some kind of serious business, like lawyer or consulting, or I'm not sure. Let me see. This is restaurant, repair shop, nursing home, bicycle shop, business coach, for example. Some business coaches actually have actual proper offices that have consulting with. So you can see here, Thomas Hank is a business consulting business and things like this. So this is what I wanted to do. This is how I chose the niche that I will be working on today. And I will just go in there and show you what we will be creating today. So it is 54 people at this moment watching us live. So let's just jump in and see what are we going to build today. So let me make it big for you. So as you can see, this is some website that I created. I called it Lemon Business. This is a very simple black and white and gray, just a bit of colors on there. This is a very serious business, as I wanted to create it for lawyers, for consulting, for business development, and businesses like these that can use a website similar to this one and actually recreate it for their own purposes. So as you can see, it is very simple, a navigation bar. There is a button for a contact a little bit about us, the story, awards, and then it's like a Q&A style thing that you can put in here, a button for when somebody clicks it, there will be a video that opens up. I actually didn't connect it with the video at this moment because I just want to build out the site with you guys. So a little bit more like these are feature boxes over here, and then actually the contact section. This is an important part here. So this is a contact section. When somebody clicks it, they go to a contact form that is a workaround. So this is at this moment just a workaround. I will show you what happens when somebody clicks the contact us button. So let's just have a look. Okay, so they're transferred somewhere else. And what opens is actually a form that is free to create. This is a Google form. This is connected to our Google account that we use to create this one, and then people can type in their email, their first name, last name, address, phone number, and then the comments, basically the one that the text or the information you want to collect from the people. So as here, we're ready to elevate your business. Are you? And then they can contact us and then say, oh, I'm interested in your business like services, can we talk, or something like this. So at this moment in GrooveFunnels doesn't have an inbuilt emailing system, so that once you put up a form and then a message box, then you receive these messages. At this moment, it is not possible. This will be available once Groove Mail comes out. In case you are a platinum or a paid member, you will be able to do this one. At this moment, however, we need to work with some ways around this one. You don't have to use a Google form. There are many other software type of things that you can do this with. Google Forms is free for everybody. Everybody has access to it. Like there is a Jot form. It's another service that you may be able to use, but this one is a paid service. So at this moment, we are using this one as it is free for everybody, so everybody can follow it with me. So let's just see here. We have also put in phone numbers that if somebody clicks it, it actually wants to call this phone number. So because I'm on my computer, my desktop computer now, I don't have an app connected with it. But in case you would press this button or a phone number on your phone, it would directly be calling it. The same thing is with an email. So once somebody clicks on our email, contact@lemonbusiness.com, this is just an example. You don't have to go there. There is not much there. The software will basically open up our emailing service, you see, to be able to email it straight away. So if somebody clicks on it, it opens up the email software that you're using immediately. So here is a Google map. It is not loading in properly. It seems some bug, and then just a pre-built form. So this is what we are going to be building out today. Please let me know in the chat if this is something that is interesting for you, in case you are going to be able to use this one. And I would just like to see what your opinion is about this website. This is a very simple site. If you follow me step by step, this can be built very quickly. There is some tips and tricks that I want to show you how you can improve and speed up your process, but I will be just waiting for a couple of comments to know if this is something interesting for you, in case you would like to know how to build out this page. And let me just say, this will be built out from scratch. The only pre-made blocks I will be using is the navigation bar and then the footer bar, the footer block. Everything else you see on this page will be assembled by us. Okay, so I have Dwight saying, very interesting. I have another person. I will probably not pronounce your name correctly. Rotoshia Atkins Jones. She says yes. Sim Davis says yes. Jason says yes, need all this. Perfect. Joyce Ido saying yes. That is awesome. Perfect. So I have Jeremy here saying yes, this is great, David. I'm building a site for a CPA. Perfect. So this is the type of business that I call a serious business. It doesn't have to be that you're having a serious business, but this is like paperwork and a lot of signing papers, and then a lot of things that you really need to concentrate on, and you don't want all these funky colors jumping around with blue and yellow and this and that. So we are building a professional looking black and white website that has a focus on getting serious business out of the way. Okay, so let me just read in. So Mailing Chu saying, absolutely. Tom says yes. And then one more time, just to make sure I see it. Perfect, thank you, Tom. Raya Sam saying, I'm happy for you, David Lemon. You are rocking. I want this. Awesome. I'm interested to see the process, how the process goes. Facebook user saying yes. Awesome, guys. So I just had a couple of things I wanted to mention. So we already jumped into this one. So intro on what we will be learning. This is what I just went through at this moment. I want to just explain that there is a couple of bugs at this moment. Our development team is working on pushing out new features. There is loads of new stuff that is coming in. So some of the things that we will be using will be just making some issues. But at this moment, don't be frustrated, don't get angry. This is a good thing, guys, because we are pushing out new things. You will be able to do more stuff and actually better stuff with the new things that we are pushing out. So this is good. In case you see something that is broken from the last time when you were using it, that means that it is basically being improved upon or basically worked on. So this is a good thing. Some of the responsiveness is not going well at this moment. I have already some people reported that to me. As you report things to me, I immediately report them to our developers. You can do that one as well yourself. So there is a site, feedback.groovefunnels.com, and then you can come in here to GroovePages bugs and then see what is actually active. In case it is already done, in case it was already put in there, it will show up here. In case it is not, you can just create a post and type in basically the bug that you found. So it can be dealt with as soon as possible. Let's just see. So we have a challenge going on, a design challenge. There is a couple of posts on Facebook. I think I will leave this out for now and then mention it on the end. But yeah, let's just go and then see the workflow for today. And at the end, we will be doing a Q&A. So I have a couple of questions already coming in. Please, guys, save it for the end because it will be hard for me to also focus on your questions and do a build. Let's just go through the build and then you can ask your questions later on, okay? At this moment, I don't have anybody helping me with managing the comments. I'm alone, so I would appreciate in case you ask your questions at the end of the video, okay? So this is the workflow that we will be following for today's build. And you can also copy this one for yourself. I will put a link to this presentation. This is something that you can follow step by step when building out your page. So the most important thing is to determine every page on your site needs to have a call to action. So it needs to have a goal. There is no just, I will put up a page and just let it be pretty on the website. It is not how it works. If you invest time, invest effort in creating a page on your website, it needs to have a goal. So the goal of a page can be contact us, as in our case over here. I want people to contact us so that I can get them on the phone and actually talk with them through the phone. They can also be, for example, in case you're a restaurant or a hair salon or something like this, that you make bookings with. I don't know, an apartment or a hotel or a motel, you can put in the call to action to book now. In case you have a membership site or something similar, you can put the call to action to be sign up now or something similar. But you need to have your pages to have one goal. Don't put many. Like sign up here and then sign up for our newsletter and then register and then do. Nobody will be able to follow you. Nobody will be doing all these things at the same time. Just focus on one. Give them one option and this is how your basically the activity on the page will increase. As you see, I put this call to action button a couple of times on the page. I actually put it twice, but here is also a contact section where I made bigger spacing because I want them to focus over here so that they can contact us, and this is the goal of our page. We need to answer the most important questions. What are you going to do for me? So, okay, I'm a customer, I'm coming on your site. What are you offering? Who? So who are you? Why are you doing this one? We need to answer all these things in order to seem trustworthy in our customers' eyes, and then they don't have to look for answers. So who is more like a about us section on the page. So who is about you? Why are you in this business? How you came up with this thing, and then basically this part. Why are you doing this? Why should I choose you? Why I shouldn't choose Joe's, I don't know, consulting office over there at the end of the street, and why should I choose you? This is basically why is where you hook in, and then you pull in the customer and then explain why are you different than others? What can you offer that others cannot? Why is your business different? And then the last one is where. So if you are a brick and mortar business, in case you are having an actual location, a physical location in the world, in this street, under this address, you need to mention it multiple times. If not, just mention it one time, as I did here. So I just put in a Google map and I just wrote out just a dummy address. You need to mention it where, because in case you don't mention, you will be receiving loads of calls. Where are you located? Emails. How can I get to you? Mention it on the website, and you actually got rid of extra work that is not profitable. So these are the things I wanted to mention. It is very important to see. The next step is, as I mentioned in the Lemonade design challenge, you need to find a page and you model it. In case you're not a designer, you need to find a page that you actually like, and then you need to model it. I found the page. I will not be sharing a link from where I modeled this page, but I am not a designer. I cannot come up with pretty layouts and pretty color combinations and things like this. But what I can do is I can assemble websites. And this is what you see here. I just pull this one over here. Here goes an image. Here comes a text. Here comes a button. Needs to be this color and things like this. So we are actually, I am not a designer. I am a website assembler. I go out, see what I like, and I recreate it I reassemble it on my site. So this is what I can do. And in case you're a designer, hats off for you. You can go in, jump in, and create your beautiful designs for everybody else. Just find a website, find a competitor, find somebody doing it in a different country, in a different part of the world. Find a website that you like, and then you recreate it within GroovePages. It will be quicker, stronger. Basically, GroovePages is a much stronger platform than loads of others outside. It will be working well because they wouldn't pay for some designer to create that page for them in case it is not working. So you know that it is working. It is out there. It is generating visitors and customers and all kinds of stuff. So just find it and model it in your account. So we will be putting together the page layout. Then we will be coming up with the brand colors and fonts. So if you see this one, I don't have a lot of colors. I have black, white, and gray. These are like shades of black and white. And then I only have this blue color over here and then a blue color over here. There's no brand colors, but I used the same font everywhere. So this is the same font as this one and this one and this one and the text inside the button. And then this is the same font as this one and this one. So I just chose one font that I decided this will be my brand font. So I will be following this font on everything that I do. And this is how you can create nice looking websites, nice looking layouts that are matching. Every section is matching the other ones. So it is not like one is looking this way, then the other one is this way. It's just you create Frankenstein looking sites and pages that are not very trustworthy. The next thing what we will be doing is changing the images and text and colors, of course, putting in the correct links. So the email link, the telephone link, the social media links, the call to action buttons, will make sure that these links, when they're clicked, that they do what you'd like to do, and then we're going to test it out. As I said, the responsiveness is not quite good at this moment. There's a couple of bugs, so I think I will be leaving this out, and also you publish it on your own domain. So this workflow you can take and you create websites for yourself. You can copy this one and then just print it out whenever you're starting a new site. Put it in front of you. Okay, I need to determine a call to action on the page. Okay, so it will be book now. Next thing, I need to know the answer to what, who, why, and where. So this is your next thing. So you follow this step by step, and at the end, you basically created a lovely looking website that you can sell for your customers. You can actually use it yourself and then sell as templates. There's loads of options. But yeah, I will be leaving these two out on today's build. So I think I'm good with my ranting at this moment. Let's just go out there and then start building. I showed you where to report the bugs. Please, in case you find some, go to the feedback.groovepages.com and report them there. So let's just jump into the fun part, GroovePages, and let's start with the build. So I will leave this one over here. I want to just reference it from time to time, and then I will be building out a completely new site. So you go into your dashboard, you come into GroovePages, and then I will be starting from scratch. There are templates that you can use. However, I really like to create things from scratch because I can get them really, really nice looking custom websites that I can also maybe later on sell as templates, or just use them for the businesses that I may later on build websites for. Who knows? But I want to build them out custom. So as you can see, we need to have a navigation bar. So we will go to the block section, navigation bar, or no, I will play with the wireframes one. So blocks, wireframes, and I will pull in a navigation bar. I want to have a logo, some links over here, and then also the social media icons. Let me just make it a bit zoomed in for you so you can watch it a bit better. So here we have our logo, we have the navigation menu, and then we have some social media icons. The next thing I will need is this header section. So this is some type of a cover, but let me just create it from scratch. So I need to go into the empty container, pull in an empty container, and then inside I have a heading, I have some paragraph text, and I have a contact us button. However, you can see that this is only on one of the half of the block. The other half is empty because we have this pretty picture over here. So I want to be able to separate this block to two parts. You can do this one using this block, but I decided that I want to show you using this one. So we created this empty block, and I will just pull in the two containers. Okay, so now I have two containers on the empty block that I pulled in earlier. So in one of the sides we will pull in the text. So this will be a header 1, and then I want to pull in paragraph text and a button. So let me just pull in the paragraph text, and then I will pull in a button. Okay, button here. We will leave this one empty. And what I want to do is I will want to come over here to the block section. You know that you're in the block section whenever you see a star on this side of the page, and then it says here block, and as well here block. I want to put in a background image. So I click on the background section. In case, let me just see. In case you don't see this one over here, this is in expert mode. In case you don't see all these options, you need to turn on the expert mode. Otherwise, you will not be able to see all these options. You will just see a couple of them, which is not very useful. So just turn on the expert mode, and then you can go in and actually work with everything that I'm showing you here. So background section, choose an image. And I already loaded in a couple of images here. I will just use them from here. You can just load them from the free stock photos. It is pretty simple. I just want to resize it here, update dimensions. I'm waiting for a green box here, content saved, awesome, and then select. So now you can see that there is a background section. However, it is not covering the whole page. So I just want to click on the cover and then cover one more time, just to make sure that everything is basically within the block. Okay, and then I want to put it in the middle here, and then I want to make it bigger. So as I'm doing this one and talking, I'm just reading through some comments we are getting in. I have received a comment from Trevor. Trevor, I'm not going to be answering your question now. Leave it for the Q&A afterwards, because I want to go in through the whole build first, and then we can answer your questions later on. So I want to put in some margin. Let's see if this is the one. No, this leaves white space. So let me just work with the padding. I want to increase the padding over here. As you can see, it is jumping all over the place. This is because of a bug. We are working on a feature that you will be able to take this border, pull it down, and then this way you will be able to resize the elements and blocks on your site. So this is why it is jumping now all over the place. Okay, but I think I like it this way. And I want to put a color overlay to my background image. So I will click on the black. As you can see, everything became black now. I just want to make it a bit see-through using this lever element. I think this one is fine now. Good. So we are just going to be putting in the blocks, modifying it a bit, and then later on changing the text, colors, fonts, and everything later on. So I just want to make sure that I save. I will be pressing the save button quite regularly. Okay, I have Ilya saying, let's do this. Did they fix the button URL function earlier today? I had trouble applying a link. I think they did, Ilya. I'm not quite sure. We will see it. Actually, when I was putting in the links to my elements, it was working. So there's that. So the next block we want to do is actually a block that consists of 3 columns here. And then this one is a 2 column. So I will also create it from scratch using the empty container, empty block over here. Just want to make sure that I pull it in below. So as you can see, this is now a container that is in 1 column. I want to create a 3 column element. So I will just pull in this 3 column containers here. And then below that, there is one that is consisting of 2 columns. So let me just pull in that one. We will make sure that we fit it in over here. Let's just leave it here. So 2 columns up, 3 columns down. We will just move them up and down later on. Let's see. So I have a couple of comments saying that their screen is blurry. So in case you have a blurry screen, head over to YouTube and search for Groove Digital. Groove Digital on the Facebook group. You will see there is a live stream going on. Just click on the live stream. You will be able to follow it there. Sometimes YouTube makes a small conversion so that it shows up the screen and the video playback a bit clearer than Facebook. So try that one. I have a couple of other questions from Chris. Guys, in case you know the answer to some of the questions, Christine, Ilya, I would appreciate in case you could answer, for example, to the question from Chris Antrim. David, where can I find your videos? I would really appreciate it, guys. Let's just continue with the build. So I am recreating this one. So this part where I have 3 columns, this needs to have a heading and then a paragraph text over here. So let's just do this one. So I am pulling in heading 3 and then a paragraph text. I will not be going in and duplicating everything. I want to create one, and then I can duplicate the one that is already finished. So I don't need to go into each one and modifying it separately. So as you saw here, this title is in the middle, and then also the text is lined up in the center in the middle. So I just click on the text. This text element opens up. I click here, then now it is in the middle, and then this one also, it is in the middle over here. This way. This is what I wanted to achieve. And then I will be copying this one later on to these, to the other containers. But I want to go in and place a picture and also these collapse elements where we have two columns. I have the image over here under the media tab. So I just pull it in where I have the two columns. I will make sure that it is centered correctly. Let's just close this one. Click on the image. So we click on the image, we click on the container below it, and now we see a layout button. In the layout, we choose vertical and then center. Now our image is in the middle of this container over here. Before it was lined up here, but now we centered it in the container to be in the middle. Okay, so I will be putting into this column over here the collapse element, which is, let me see, okay, it is here under the columns, card header, tab section, and then collapse. This I want to pull in over here. I will be leaving only one inside. Later on, I will just modify it and then duplicate it so I don't need to do each one from scratch. And then once we have this one, I want to click on the layout, this 2 by 2, and then pull down the layout so that it is actually pulling it below. It is not working as it should. Let's just try it one more time. So now we have everything here selected. We will try to pull it down, or let's try to pull up the layout 3 by 3. Here we go. This is what we wanted. So now we have the 3 by 3 layout up, and then we have the 2 column layout below, the same as here. So 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2 below. Awesome. This is what I wanted to achieve. Let's just go in there and save it. And then to the next section. This section is an empty block that has an image and the background image behind it. So let's just build this one out. I want to pull in a wireframe block, an empty one here at the bottom. Okay, I will leave it on one column. What I want to do is just pull in an image on it. You can do this using let's see where I am. You can do this using icons as well. You can pull in an icon from here, but I didn't find an icon that I liked, so I will just pull in this play button. This is a PNG image that we'll be using to create this look. So in the container, I want to center it. So let's just see, once we click on the image, I want to click on the container below it. Click layout, vertical, and then center. Now you can see we have it centered on our page. And I'll just add on a bit of spacing so that we know which block is which one. Over here. Okay. Awesome. So now we have this image over here. Let's just pop in the background to the block. So the background goes to the block section. We know that we're in the block once it says here. I want to choose a background image, and then I want these people talking, not working, to be our background section. So as we have it here, perfect. Thank you very much, Christine. So Christine is saying, hey, everyone, if you would please put a Q minus, then your question will know that it is a question and easier to find between all the comments. Thank you very much, Christina. I forgot to mention this one. So in case during the whole live stream session you have a question, please just put Q or question and then minus and then ask away, because this would make it so much easier for us to be able to see later on once we come to the Q&A session. So I will be able to see, okay, this is a question, I need to answer it. So in case you have a question, please put a Q minus or a question minus and then ask away your question. Thank you very much, for Christine, for letting me know and for letting everybody know this is very important. So back to our build. We need to make sure that it is covering the whole part, and I want it to be in the center, and I will click this button over here, parallax. Parallax means that the image is staying put on the page. As you can see, once we are scrolling, the image is not moving with the whole thing over here. It is staying in the same place. This will let us achieve this option. So you see, the image is not moving. Everything else is moving on the page. Okay, so, and here we will just pop in our this one. This is just a round image with a play button cut out. Select. Okay, it is a bit too big. Let's just come over here. We still have the image selected. I click on the design and I want to just work with the sizing. So I will put the width to go to pixels. This way I can increase the size of this. I think this one is fine. 150 pixels. And then let's just come over here to the block section and just increase the padding around everything so that it looks more clear and nicer. This way. Perfect. I love how it's looking like. What I'm doing, guys, now, I'm just coming in and putting all the elements, all the blocks in there so that I can easily go in there. Okay, see, this is a navigation. I just need to edit this part. This is a cover. I just need to put in the font. I need to edit the text, and I'm done. I am just assembling, putting together my page like Lego blocks, navigation, cover, this, that, them. And then once the whole building blocks are put together, then I go in there and edit everything, make it pretty, make it sized properly, and then basically that's it. This is how I build my pages. I recommend you to do that one as well, because it will increase the speed of you assembling a page. In case you're designing your own, thinking about where to put which element, then you probably need to do it step by step. But in case you have a page that you're copying or modeling over, then you basically just put in all your things and then just change things around inside. Let's jump back in and then continue with our build. So we have now this section built out. The next block will be an empty block with 3 columns over here. Once we created that one, we will just copy it over. As you can see, this is basically the same thing. We just changed the heading over there. And then we're going to go further down. So blocks, wireframe blocks, empty container. Let's just pull it below this parallax image. Okay, and then in here, I want to have 3 columns this way. As you can see, in the column inside, there is an icon, heading, and text. The way I do this is with an already pre-made element which says icon, title, plus paragraph. Okay, I just pull this one in here, and we're basically done. Sometimes there's too much text over here, so I just like to cut it out, to just leave the first lorem ipsum inside. This will make it a bit shorter, and that it will be easier to handle. So I want to put in some margins up and down this way so that we can easily see what part we are working on the page. I will be just editing the heading over here, and then the paragraph later on. We'll be adding in custom icons also for each of these. Let's just go and pull these out. So this is a 1-column block that has a heading, a button, and then here this is a 3-column block that has some text and then some social media images. So let's just do this one. 1 column that has the contact us and the heading. So an empty container. We want it below. Hello. Okay, here we go. We want it below this way, and then we will pull in our heading element. I will just use a heading 2, and I will just pull in a button this way. I will make sure we center everything in the container. So let's just close this one out. I will click on the button, click on the container below it, and then click the layout, vertical, center. Now everything is centered here, the same as on this one. So this block is text and the button. That's what we did now. And I will try to use the same block to pull in a 3-column layout this way. So as you can see in the 3-column layout, we have a heading text and an icon with some text inside. Let's just do that one. So we will pull in a heading 4 and then icon with some text next to it. And this is this one, icon plus heading. Okay, we don't need text, the paragraph below it, so we'll just delete that one. As you can see, we have a heading here, and then we have an icon here, and then the text next to it. This is what we created, so we'll just copy it over once I edited the first one, and then I just want to create these social media thingies. So for that one, I will just duplicate heading element, pull it over to this one, and also make sure that everything is centered. So click on the container holding these elements, layout, vertical, center. I see it popped back into the center. I'll do this one as well, vertical, center, and then here as well, layout, vertical, center. Awesome. So it doesn't look like much, but you can see how the blocks are coming together. So let's just see what we still have here. So the social media icons. The social media icons, I will be pulling them from, I will just pull, not the list container, sorry, this icon element. I will just pull in one at this moment, and then we'll edit it and duplicate it later on. Awesome. So this is coming up together nicely. We still have 2 blocks. So one is a Google map. This is not loading in for some bug reason. And then we have a footer that we will be using, a pre-made one. So the next empty block is coming here to wireframes, empty. I have a Facebook user asking, how can I import WordPress site to GroovePages? Well, at this moment, this is the only way you can do it, the manual way. Later on, there will be an automated way possible that you will be able to put in your URL, and then this will import it into your website or to GroovePages account. At this moment, this is the only way. So I am copying over basically a website that was created online, and then I am recreating it within GroovePages. So in case you want to do the manual way, you can follow my step-by-step tutorials. So this will be a Google Maps. The map section is all the way at the bottom here in the other section, and then we just pull in the Google Map over here. The way we make it bigger, the way we make it full width, is by choosing the container. So let's just click on here, choose the container, and then in the sizing, we want to put the max width to 100%. You see, now it popped to be full width. So it will be from this edge of the screen till this edge, so that we can get this layout For some reason, it doesn't show up properly on this side, but we'll just make it work like it is showing up. So this is the Google Maps now. And I want to just pull in a footer. We will be using a pre-made footer, and I use this one. Here we go. In this block, I just want to remove the bottom margin so that the map is touching the footer menu here. Perfect. That is it. So let's just save it. Let me just jump into the comments just to see quickly if there is something that I really need to address immediately. David, where can we find your videos that you do? It is very simple. Just search for my name and then click on my either the name or the profile picture. You will see all the posts I did. Okay, Veronica is just saying that everything is clear on hers. No blurriness problem on my end. Okay. Thank you very much, Christine and Ilya, for taking the lead and doing the moderation in this video. I have usually some people helping me out, but at this moment there is a couple of meetings going on, very important ones. They're deciding of the in the future of the whole company. So this is why I'm alone. Will this video be available where, so I can watch it later? Richard, it will be available later on in the Facebook group as soon as we're finished. How can we import HTML code into GroovePage? You can, in case you designed it with GroovePages, you basically click over here. This is the code button. You paste it inside. In case you didn't design it within GroovePages, you will not be able to edit it. Let's see what we have. Richard is asking, you mean search in this the GF's Facebook groups or GrooveFunnels, not in the members area? Correct. So in case you're looking for my videos at this moment, they're all on YouTube and on Facebook. So just search through there in case there's something that you would like to know. In case not, then just message me and I can get you some help. Christoph is asking, can we save blocks or containers and remove them if we do not need them anymore? Correct, Christoph. So in case you want to save, for example, this block, you click on the block section, you just press this star button. Once you come over here, you will see all the blocks. The first ones will be the ones that you saved. So as you can see, they have the trash can icon. In case you don't want them anymore, just click the trash can icon, confirm, and voila. There is no more blocks in there. Okay, I will jump in and then go ahead and modify the page as I want it. So we will be starting from the top. We want to edit this one to be white, upload our lovely Lemon Business logo inside, add on these sections, these basically clickable elements. Once somebody clicks on it, it brings them to the section that they need to see. So this is a one-page menu. I will show you how to create these ones and then just make these black. This is our task for now. So I will choose the block over here. As you can see now, everything is chosen. Click the background section, go to put it as a white color. Okay, let's just see why it didn't change. So choose the container, see if the container has some color. Okay, I think we are experiencing a bug at this moment. I will save everything and refresh the page. Okay, I have a Facebook user asking, can you show us the responsive on mobile, tablet, and so on? I'm not sure if you were not here once I was doing the introduction. This is the workflow. At the end, I always work on the responsiveness. At this moment, there is a couple of bugs in there that need to be fixed from the side of our development team, and then we will be able to use them fully. At this moment, it will probably give you some bugs in case you want to work with it. So this is not be in this video. I will be showing you how to create the site, but I will be not going inside and then actually doing the responsiveness. Okay, let's see why this one is not changing. The background, I want it actually white. Perfect, here we go. So I had to come here to the nav bar and change that color. And then I will click on this one and I will change this background color also to white. So now we have everything is white on the page. I will come in and change my logo. So click on the logo, configure in the right-hand side corner, choose image, and then I want to choose my logo that I created. This is a simple text written and then saved as image. Okay, I will just make the size of it a bit bigger. So I am still on the image. I click here to the design button, and then on the sizing, I will choose width, pixels, and then I can modify the size of it as I'd like. Over here, you can see that it is the maximum width is set up to be 10 rem. This is a metric similar to pixels, but this is used when you are designing for mobile as well. So rem, when you put it a bit bigger, then you can size the items a bit bigger, like here. Okay, I will leave it this way. I like it as it is now. Let's just go in and then actually work with the navigation menu. So as I said, guys, we will be setting up a navigation menu, but this will not be separate pages. I will be doing only one page, but I will be creating a menu that can be clicked, and then people go to different blocks, different sections of the page, as you can see over here. So there is a navigation. If somebody clicks the About Us, they are actually scrolled down here to the About Us section. So once somebody clicks the Services button, they are just scroll down to the place that we set up. This is the Services option, and then to Contact Us, it is pretty much visible here. So this is what we are setting up now. So you click to this button. This is the nav menu element. You come over here to the configure tab. Let me just make everything bigger. And then I want to choose the pages to exclude. So as you can see, we are on the home page. This is the only page I have at this moment, and I don't want it to be shown in our navigation menu. So let me just click out of it and then click back in. And then this is the home page I don't want to include. But I want external links. I want them to be 3 of them. So one will be for the About Us, one will be for Services, and one will be for Contact. So I put here 3. So now I have actually 3 links. It is named Google. I will just set it up as About Us. This will be the Services. And then the last one will be Contact. Okay, now let's just click the update, and now we can see them here. So About Us, Services, and Contact. At this moment, okay, so I have Christoph. Sorry, guys. Christoph is saying I was able to save the blocks, but I cannot delete them. Maybe there is some bug now. Could be, but actually I did it just now on the camera, so I'm not quite sure if this is it. Please try to do just log out and log back in from the builder and see if that helps. Okay, so I want to set up the About Us page to go to a block. The About Us section will be the block that you see here. This is the first block, the second block, and the third block. So the block number 3 will be the About Us section. So let's do that one. So in here, I want it to be linked to a block, and I want the block number 3 to be linked. Okay, let's just click update, and then the first button is finished. Let's do the Services one. So the Services, once clicked, this is going up to this one. So let's just count on the page. 1 block, 2 block, 3 blocks, 4 blocks, and then the 5th block is basically the one we want to show. However, as you can see, once we click on the Services one, we don't get it starting from here. We don't get it starting from this line. We would see it this way. Okay, but we don't see it this way. We see it this way, because now this is in the center of our page. So I want to link it to the first, second, third, the fourth block. So the block number 4, once this is loaded, it will load it up like this. So let's just do that one. So block number 3, this is for the first one, the services. I want to link to a block, and I want the block number 4 to be the one that is loading up once I click on it. So let's just do the last one, the contact. Let's just count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the 6th block is the contact section. However, I want this one to be loaded up when somebody clicks on the contact. So I will link it from here. I will link it like this. Okay. So this will be the block number 5. So I want to ask you a question, guys, now. If this is easy to follow, please type in the chat yes or no, so that I can actually go in one more time and explain. So I want people to click the services, but not load up the services here, but load up from here, because then this part is in the center of the screen. Please just type in the comments in case this is easy to understand or not. Then I can go in there and actually explain it in more depth, because it is playing with the blocks and the numbers when you cannot see them. Let me just go in there and then see. So I have a Facebook user saying yes, Raya Sam saying yes, Joyce is saying yes, Mei Ling, okay, Christoph saying yes, Trevor, Jim Evans, awesome, Jim, good to have you here, buddy. Jeremy Pittman, he says, yes, I am following. Awesome, perfect. So let me just go in there and then finish this one up. So this was the navigation menu. And then I want to exit everything and then save. So the last thing we need to do, I want these to be the black color as here. Okay, so I will click on these ones separately. And then one trick, guys, I will just show my face here. One trick, the icons, when you're editing icons, you can edit them using the text element. It is not very intuitive. A lot of people would come here and then actually in the configure, choose the size, choose the color and link and everything. You can still do that one, but once you click the design, you can change using the text option. You see here, text option, you can choose the size of the icons. So over here, it only gives you 4XL, 5XL, 6XL, but it doesn't give you visual representation what it is. Let me just show you. So I click on 6XL, and then once I click update, it will change the whole icon because look at this one. Because not the Facebook was not chosen. It was something else was chosen, but I don't know which one. It's a question circle was chosen. But as you already working with the template navigation header, this is already set up. So once you click on it and you want to modify it, not to be working with the whole configure tab 6XL and not to have everything changed, you can just go in here, use the text option, and then change the colors, change the sizing that you'd like. Only for the link, you would need to go in there to the configure tab and then set the link up over there. So let me just put everything here to black. This is a tip and trick that you may be using in your designs. So everything is black. I will not set up links at this moment. I will just continue on with my build. So I am very happy with what I'm looking at. Only I want to change the font of this one. I want to put it to be Poppins, this one, and then maybe a bit smaller. There we go. Let's save it, and then the first block is finished. I am happy with that one, and then we are good to go. I see Richard Bowen saying not clear. Why, if you want to link to a block 6, do you specify block 5? Let me explain it one more time, Richard. So let's have a look at this page that I created that we are now working over. So once I click the services button, I want the services to be in the main view area. So once somebody scrolls down, I want this to be visible and then in the focus. I know that I'm loading in this block because this is scrolling down here. This makes this part visible and then in focus. You understand? So we put 1, 2, 3, 4, the block 4 to be loaded when we want to see the services, because it loads up to this line. You see? To the top of the block. So it would look like this. It scrolls like that. And now we can clearly see the services over here. This is why I did the different linking options, because I want this to be in focus. The same thing with the contact. I actually linked this one over here to be for the contact so that this part is in focus. I hope you are following me, and I hope this is easy for you to understand now. But basically, if somebody clicks on it, I want them to see the contact details. And then once they click on the contact, this is what is going to be in the focus at that moment. Okay, so let's just continue with the build. I am working on the second block. This one, as you can see, we have white text over here and the blue button. So I'm just going to copy over this text over here, discover the world of business. Click in here until you see this text editor, paste in, and then I want to change the font to be Poppins. I want to have the color white, and I want to have the weight to be normal. The size, I will play with the sizing a bit. This one, 3REM, and this is how I like it, and this is how I will leave it to be. Yes, thank you very much, Christine. If your question isn't answered during the live, David will answer all the questions and after the live, correct. So we are going to build out this page at this moment, and then we are going to be having a Q&A session at the end of the live stream where you can ask your questions. In case I miss some of the questions, in case I don't answer them at this moment, I'm always going through the comments and then looking through in case there is something that is still needs to be answered. So this is our heading text. And what I will do, while I still have this text chosen, I will come to the global styles and then create a new style. I will call it heading type, heading 1 style. Okay, so what I did is I saved all these settings. So the size of the text, the font weight, the font type, the font color, and everything, I saved it under the global style heading 1. Okay, I will do this for the second one. So this is a small text also in the font Poppins in white color. So I'll just delete some part of the text just to be a bit smaller. And then I will come over here, choose Poppins, choose white, choose light, and then I will work with the sizing that I'd like. Okay, this way. And as you can see, this text is smaller until the width, until this part over here. So let me just work so that it is touching not further from the word, from this word off. So the thing I do here is choose the text, go into the spacing, and just increase the padding on this side. Let me show you what it does. It is pushing in, actually, it is pushing in the text from one side to the other. So now we have here a bit of space, and then it is almost in the same line here. So maybe we can work with this, with the size, and then push it in a bit more. You can play around with your size as you like. I will actually leave it this way. So this is 8 REM, and then I like how this looks like. What I will just need to do is separate it a bit. And then also on the bottom, 1.5 rem, so that it is nicely separated. So we can see that this is a heading, this is a paragraph text, and this is a button. Okay, this one we will not touch. We will leave empty and we will save it as it is. So this one we will not touch because we want nothing here actually. Let's just go in and design our button. So the button, once you click it, you come over here to configure. Let me just make everything bigger for you. I want in the configure this text to say contact us. Okay, and the link I will leave at this moment. I will not be touching it. I want the text on the button to be in the font Poppins. I want it to be white. I want it to be light and maybe a bit bigger. This one. Okay. Now I want to paste in a background color. I will choose some blue. That's fine. And I want to go into the hover effect. So once somebody hovers, you can see this one is gray at this moment. I want them to be choosing darker blue. You see now when somebody hovers it, then it is showing actually a darker blue color of the button. So I just exit the hover option over here, and then I have my button almost ready. I just want to round the corners of it a bit. 35.35, and let's just close it and have a look what we created. So we have a heading, some paragraph text, a button that when we hover over, it actually shows that it is active. This one we leave as it is. And then I'm pretty happy with this page. So let's just save it and then move on to the next part. Let's see if we have any more questions. Can we create a slider similar to the Revolution slider? You, at this moment, cannot. There is a carousel element here, Christoph, that you can use, which is over here under the media section, carousel. At this moment, this element has some bugs. So our development team knows about it. It was reported by a couple of users on the feedback.groovepages.com site. So at this moment, this carousel element is being worked on. It is not showing the images properly. So once that one is fixed, and then you increase the width of the carousel element, you will be able to create sliders similar to the one on the Revolution slider on WordPress. Jason is asking, can you add multi-page silos from homepage? One page from Windows, one from doors, and one for siding. Yes, actually, this is just using the normal menu, using the different pages. You can create one, for example, for doors, Jason, and then you just copy or duplicate the page over, and then you just change the pictures, change the text, and then you have your pages. And for this menu, it is automatically showing all your pages that you create here. I wanted to show you how to create a menu bar where you link to different slots on the page. So this is what I wanted to do. This is why we are creating a one-page website with a navigation so you can link different blocks onto there. Perfect. Let me just go and hide my camera there and then continue. So this one is finished. We save it and then we move into the next part. So we'll be designing one of these. So we'll just put in everything here and then we'll just copy it over to these ones. And one more thing, guys, we will copy over the global style of this button. So I just click on the button. I want to create a new style and call it blue button. So next time when we are designing a button over here, we just paste this style in and then we are done. And then over here, I want to start working on this part. So this is big letters. It says about us. About us. I want the font to be Poppins. I want it to be normal. And I want it to be actually black. So we'll just leave it on black. And I want to play with the sizing a bit. Let's just leave it 0.875. Okay. And then I want this part to be also pop-ins. I want it to be some light gray color. This one is fine. And then I want it to be light. Ooh. Okay. I think the 0.875 is okay. So what I want is actually to create this one to be a bit pushed in from each of the sides, not to be this wide. So while I'm still in the text element, as you can see, I have it text 6. I will come to the spacing tab and then padding on left and right and just push it in. Oh, not that much. This one is fine. 2.5 REM. So now I created a heading. Now I created this one. I will just put some spacing between the heading and the paragraph this way. And what I will do now, guys, is I will click in it and then create a global style. I will create a new style, call it gray paragraph. Okay. Then I will also create a global style for this heading. Create new style, small heading. Awesome. Now we have a couple of global styles here, but now we know. So this is small heading, this is gray paragraph, this is a blue button, and then this one is a big white paragraph, big white heading, sorry. So what I want to do now is, let's see if I can actually copy over everything. Yeah, so once you copy the container, it doesn't allow you to move it around. So I don't want to do that one. What I will do is I will come on here, duplicate this one, move it over, duplicate the paragraph, move it over. So let's do it one more time for the third part. Duplicate the heading. Oops. I want to move this one. This one. Okay. And now I want to duplicate this and then move it over here. Perfect. Good. So while we are still in here, I want to move the container a bit further away from the upper image. So let's just do 6 REM, that is fine. Let's just see. So this one is now done. I will copy over our story and awards. Our story. Awards. Awesome. So we basically have this one copied over. This one is maybe smaller letters and smaller heading, but it doesn't matter. We can do that one very simply, very quickly. I will not be playing with that one now. You saw how I created this. So I created one and I just duplicated and copied everything over. So now I am in the layout 3x3. And I will go inside and then add some actually margin, because I want to push the lower image and then this collapse element away from my text. So I will probably do, yeah, this one is fine. So here I will pop in my picture. So this is a picture I just took from the free stock photos. These are these lovely guys working on something. Okay, I will just click the update. And I will not work with the sizing. I think this one is fine. I will just come over here and work with this collapse. So this is something when you're creating FAQ style things, then you can use this collapse thingy. Once you click in it, you can see that it consists of two parts. So one is the collapse heading, which you can configure in this configure tab. This is the heading. So I will just type in question 1. Let's see what I have here. First question. Okay, let's just type in first question. And you can choose if you want it opened or closed. Show opened or closed. I want it to be open so that I can work with it at this moment. Okay, so once I update it, only this part has been updated. You can see first question. In case you want to edit the text that will be revealed once somebody clicks on this one, you can just come in here and then basically edit the text using the text editor. I will not be touching it. I will just change it to pop-ins. As you know already, we'll put it in black color and maybe just resize it a bit, 0.875 rem. Okay, I will do the same thing for this one, change it to be pop-ins. And this is just my personal preference. I love how this pop-ins looks like. So now I want to create white background. Okay, I want this one to have a white background. Okay, so let me just exit it and then you see. So this is how it looks like. There is no separation whatsoever, but I want it to have a slight border around it. As you can see, it is showing up here. The thing I do here is I choose the collapse element, and then I work with that one. So I click on the borders. I want to have a border around the whole thing, and then just a 1 pixel border in slight gray-ish. Let's just see how it looks like. Okay, I think it looks fine. Let me just click away. It looks fine. So once somebody clicks this, once this is closed, only the first question will have a border, and then once it opens, everything will have a border. So as you can see here, only this first question has a border around it, but once clicked, everything inside will have a border. What I still want to do is I want to come in here, click the collapse element in this menu on the bottom so that both of these are chosen, and then just work with the corners. I just want them to be rounded a bit this way so it looks a bit nicer now. Okay, and then let me just take this one. So we need to choose the collapse element, and then we can duplicate it. We duplicate it, let's say 3 times. This is fine. And now we need to just click into each one, click configure, and then I want this to be second question. Okay, and I want this to be closed. I only want the first one to be opened and the rest to be closed. So I'll just do this one. Third question, closed. Okay, and then this one, I want it to be full question, closed. Perfect. So as now you can see, these borders in between, they're darker, and this happens because we have put them very, very close to each other. So in order to work with that one, I want to separate them. Let's say we put 1 rem on the top margin for each one. Okay. Yeah, so I made a mistake because I only selected the first element, only the top element, but we need to choose the whole collapse thingy. Let me just redo it this way. So once you click this one, you need to click the collapse element. Then you can edit the margin. Then you can push it lower this way. Okay, so click here, click collapse, and then you can spread out the margins on it. Here, collapse, and then spacing, top margin, we want to put it on 1 rem. Perfect. Let's just save it and then see how it looks like. And then if it works, actually. So in the preview, most probably we will not be able to see. Oh, actually we can. You see? So the first one is already opened, but the rest is not opened. We need to click on them to have them opened. Perfect. So on here there is a slight change. It is not showing the corners correctly. Let me just see why is that one. I'm not quite sure, but usually doesn't happen. It should look like this one. Maybe it's just because the color is not quite right. But let's just leave it and then continue on. So we are now on this section. It is almost looking correctly. I want to put a slight background color, and I want to do hover effect on this image. As you can see, once I hover on it, it creates a shadow, and then it has inside a bit darker color. So let's do that one. So I click over here. I need to choose the block, and I will put a color overlay on it this way, something like that. I will make the image a bit smaller this way, and then add on some shadow on it. Perfect. I will actually not add on a shadow here. I will add on the shadow in the hover effect. So shadow Excel once we are in hover. So once you hover over it, it will be appearing there. Then the next thing I want to do is I want to also add the background on the image, but in the hover. So let me just see this way. It's actually doing the whole thing. I'll just leave it this way. So once I hover over it, inside and around, it gives us a slight shadow and also the background. Okay, it is not looking quite nice. Let me just remove this. It is for some reason putting in the shadow to be square. Let me just pull in the round image and then delete this one. And in the round image, we can actually do that one so that it will not give us the square shadow, but it will give us a nice looking round shadow around everything. So sizing, I want this to be, let's say, 6 rem, top and bottom. And then once I go into hover mode, I can actually do the shadows. Yeah, awesome. Perfect. And also the background, black. It's too dark. This is how I like it. Awesome. Perfect. And I just want to make this block a bit spacier, a bit bigger. So I'll just increase it using the padding element. Awesome. So let me just get in there and then see if there are any questions. Richard is asking quite a few questions here. Let me see. Is there a how-to manual I could read to learn different steps in building a website so I don't have to try to learn it from this video? I'm not quite sure if you can learn designing websites from books, but in case you can do that, good job for you. I am a visual learner, and then I am learning the best while trying out these options. This is what I would suggest you to take a page, redo it within GroovePages, and just experiment with things. We don't have how-to PDF manuals. What we have is documented videos, video tutorials on Groove Digital Academy that you can go in there and then actually see the video, and below the video there will be step-by-step actions, what you need to do in order to achieve the same goal. Let's see. The Barshi Sarkar is asking, how can I make this image starting from the edge of the page? Basically, how can I create a no gap between the container and the block? Debarshi, I already showed this one here while doing the Google Maps element. So what I did is in this section, I just created the block, an empty block, put on an icon in the middle, and then this one is a background on the block itself. In case you are working with an image and you want to have the image be full width, let me just show you what I did here. So I clicked here into the container element. Let me just move my face away. I clicked in the container element, came to the sizing option and made this one over here. It usually says max width. I just came in here and put it to the bottom one, 100%. This will make the page basically from the container only limited to this big. It will be limiting it to be full width of the block. So this is how I achieved it. Just to click inside, choose the container sizing, and then the width needs to be 100%. Okay, I don't see a lot of other comments at this moment, so I will just continue with my build. I see my super users answering loads of questions. Thank you very much, Jim. Thank you very much, Ilya, Christine. You guys are awesome. Awesome. So let's go on the next part. We create this one. In case you want a link in a video or something here, you can click this this image over here and then come to the configure and then link in a pop-up. Let's say in case you want to have a video play in a pop-up version, or you want to send them to a URL or somewhere else. This is basically how you do it. Just click on the image, configure, and then you can paste in your link. The next part we are trying to do is do this features thingy. So we have an icon, a heading, and then we have already our paragraph text. This is very similar to this one, so we'll just paste in our style. So let me just show you how I paste in the style. As you remember, I created my global style from that part over there. I just want to paste it here. So this was the gray paragraph. Bam, here we go. That's it. So what I want to do here is still put it in the middle. So I will choose the container, layout, vertical, this, and then it also has another container inside. We'll do the same over here. So layout, vertical, center. So as you can see, we have now the title centered, we have our paragraph thingy done, and then we are just going to be going in and then typing in our header text. So branding, okay, and I want this one to have a global style of small heading. Awesome. And then I just increase the size a bit, change the icon that I want. Let's just say paint. Okay, I want it to be black. Update. Perfect. However, I actually have the branding and the icon on the side. So what I will do is I will just remove the centering thingy. I forgot that I don't need to do that here. And I will line up this text to this side and just push it in from the right towards left so that it is a bit smaller. So I clicked on the text, and then I want to just increase the padding to be pushed in a bit. Let's say this way. Yeah, I like this one. And then let's just exit to see. So we have now the text starting here. We have the icon on the side, and then we can just duplicate this one, bring it in here, duplicate this one, bring it in here. And now we are in the layout 3x3x3. Look, I just click the duplicate and bam. I don't need to go in and do everything, each one separately, redo everything from the scratch. I already did it once, I just duplicated. I will just add on, so not the bottom margin, but the top margin, so that I just make them a bit separated. Let's see, 2 rem is fine. And then I just want to change out the the icons. This one is marketing. This is some kind of a horn. This one, update. Bada bim, bada boom. We just type in marketing. Yeah, so this is a bug. Once you click on a text element, sometimes it is just resizing. So we need to remember what size of text we used here. As you can see, I will now put it on 1.25 this way, and then do all of my headings in 1.25. Consulting is the next one. Consulting. Here we go. 1.25. I will just do here an icon of people. People. This one. Management is a briefcase. Management size is 1.25. It is actually 1.125. Finance and training. Finance 1.125. This one is money. And money. Let's use this one. Update, and then training is the next one. I'm sorry, guys, that some of the parts of these live streams are boring, but I really want to have a full page built and to show you some tips and tricks that you can actually use in your own builds. It is not always happy and creative process putting in pretty pictures and things like this. It is sometimes a boring work of copying and pasting and then putting in same different icons into the same elements. But yeah, this is life. This is web design. Perfect. So now we have this part finished, and I want to work on this part. So this heading will be saying this. I want to put it on the global style, small heading or heading 1. Okay, heading 1, it will be putting it in white. I just want to put it in black. So now I have that done. I will click on the button, click the global style. As you remember, we copied over the style of the button. We have it here. I just wanted to say contact us. Bada bim, bada boom, we have that done. I just want to separate it this way, and then, okay, it just went back to white for some reason. Okay, and then separate this one from the top part a bit. This is now done. We are choosing the layout 3x3x3. I want to push it down a bit, so we are using the margin on the top. This is pushing everything down, and then let's just quickly save. Thank you very much. I cannot see who you are, but I have a lovely comment here. No need to apologize, David. A lot of people benefit from watching how you solve problems when something happens that's unexpected. Anyone who wants to see it completed faster can wait for the replay and fast forward to parts they are interested in. You just keep being your awesome self. Thank you very much. I'm not sure who you are, but you rock. I really like you. I think we are now friends. Okay, so let's just continue finishing up. We are almost at the end of the whole thing. So this is, guys, what we still have left. See, we're pretty much done. So I need to put in the colas. I'll just copy this over. So this will say colas here, paste. I want to just put in a global style of small heading. I want to make it a bit bigger. And then that was Dex William. Ah, we are friends. That's why. Thank you, Dex. I love your comment, man. Let's see. Okay, and then I will just copy over this phone number. This is what I wanted to show you guys here. So many people were asking how to create a callable phone number. So if somebody clicks on this phone number, it actually calls it straight away. So let me just put it in the small heading style, make it a bit bigger this way. And then let me show you how you can call a phone number or create a clickable phone number. Once you have the part selected that you want to create a clickable element, you come over here to the link, and there is a phrase that you need to use. This is TEL column and then the phone number. You need to make sure that the phone number doesn't have any spaces in there, and if it has a calling like calling mark like +1, this is for international phone numbers, like Croatia is +385, Ireland is 353, and so on. So other countries have different calling these codes, country codes. You can still use the plus sign, or you can just use 0012. So I'll just leave in a plus sign so you can see. Once you're finished, once you type TEL column and then the phone number, you need to press enter. This will make your lovely black text ugly blue text, but now it is clickable. So once you click on it, it actually moved away my sizing. This bug is just still appearing. I need to click over here and then choose the color of the text I want. Now it is still clickable, but it is black now. And here we have an icon next to it. Okay, Jim says, Dex, go to StreamYard and sign up for that link to Facebook. There you can see your name. Thank you very much, Jim. Just to mention, Dex is our moderator person. He volunteered to moderate the group. He's actually a huge asset to the Facebook group now. He is not working at this moment for the Groove Digital, with the Groove Digital company, but I think if he continues to do this, not only me and the marketing team will appreciate his work and see what he does, but the whole company itself. He is just a huge help for us. So enough ranting. I want to put a phone icon over here, make it black because our text is black next to it. So, and then here in the link to, we want to put a URL, and we will do the same thing. So TEL column, and then we paste in basically the phone number that we want to use, and then we are actually good to go. I don't want this to be so big. I'll just put it on 2XL and then update, save. So now we actually have a clickable icon and a clickable text. If somebody clicks this one on the mobile phone, they will be immediately transferred to the phone app, basically where you can dial in this number. So let's just copy this part over from the container. Oh, I went too far. 1.125. Okay, I will click to the container, and as you can see, I cannot move it now. So I will need to copy over all these things over here because I want to use it for the, of course, I took the wrong one. I want to be able to create the same one. It just needs to say It just needs to say email. Okay, so I need to change the, I need to choose the whole container that consists of the icon and the text itself. I will duplicate that one and transfer it over. So this one, I will probably need to go back in and then change the size of the fonts, but email us, take enough times in. Here we go. Email us. Let's change the size 1.125. And then this part here, I want to change to your email, basically. contact@lemonbusiness.com. This is not a real email. This is not a real website. This is just for this demonstration purposes. So in case you buy this domain, kudos to you. I don't need it. This is just for this demonstration. And I want to have here mail. This icon over here, I want to leave it on 2XL. I want to leave it on black, and I want it to be linked to an email. So when somebody clicks this this icon, it will be sending out an email immediately. So the thing you need to type in is MAILTO. So mail to column and then the email. So contact@lemonbusiness.com. So this is what is important. Mail to column, no space, contact@lemonbusiness.com, or your email basically after the mail to. Okay, update. Bada bim, bada boom. We have now the icon. We have now the text. I just want to go in and actually link in the text as well. So if somebody clicks on the mail to column, email address, enter. And as you remember, it is now the wonderfully ugly blue color. We just want to change it back to the black and then sort out the text size. 1.15 is the one I like. The system, it is a bit slow, so usually when I'm not recording, it is working much faster. So if you are working on your side and not live streaming on multiple platforms at the same time, it will probably be faster for you. So social media, I can add on basically these ones over here. So let me just copy these over. So I want to paste in the Facebook. Okay, it is making a mess now. I think I will just need to save it and then make sure that my computer stays working. I was on a call the other day and my computer shut off. Okay, it seems that it is a bug. My computer shut off from a very important call during the meeting, and this is doing it for, I think, the 6th time this week. So I am going to be moving on a different computer very soon. Okay, so I have my icon in there now. I will delete this one, and I will just duplicate the Facebook one and then make it Twitter and whatever else I need. Okay, I need one more. Okay, it is a bit buggy. Don't worry, guys. This is just on my side. I don't think this should be the same on yours. So now you see we duplicated these icons, but I want them to be next to each other. So I click in there. Okay, I have a valid question from Paul Jones. Hi, David. How can spam mail be avoided? Is there some kind of Captcha? Can the phone and email be positioned anywhere on the page? So this technique that I showed you, Paul, you can use this for any text. Any text, any image, anything that you want to link in. So you don't have to put them over here. You can basically put them somewhere else. In case you have spam like spam filter set up in your email service, then basically that will be catching it. You can do that manually, you don't have to, but sometimes these small businesses that create websites like this one, they don't have a loads of visitors and they don't get a lot of attention immediately. Once you scale up, you will probably scale up with your software and everything as well, so you will not have problems with spam and things like this. So for now, if you're starting out, in case you're a small business, just do this one. The easier you make your customers to contact you, the more chances you have to gain their business. So I have my container chosen. I will click on the layout over here, and as you can see, now we centered everything. Actually, this is a mistake in this part because I want to do it horizontally, but I want them below. So let's just see this option, what it gives us. You see, so it was flex, it was next to each other. Now I click on the block, and now it moved it one below the other. So let's just work with this one. Let's just see what can we get using this block option. Okay, so block, it is centering. So this is what I was actually playing around with. I'm not quite sure if I understand these ones. So I'm just clicking around and seeing the best option to use. I think I will just leave it this way and then put the text in the middle and then scooch over these three buttons using the spacing as soon as it realizes that I clicked it. And then this will be how I work with it. Okay, so I didn't put them all three in a separate container. We can still do that one. Once I put it in a separate container, I can move them all together at the same time. And I want to put 3 columns in this container. But you don't have to do that. You can just leave that one out, or maybe we can copy over this section. We cannot move it once we copy it. Yeah, we cannot move it. My computer is extremely slow now. It is usually not that slow. You can just put in there these icons into these containers and then work with everything together. But I will just leave it out. I will just leave one social media icon just so that we finish this build quicker. Let me just delete this one and then this one as well. We started with 70 people. At this moment, not 70 people are watching in there, so I want to make sure that the rest don't leave as well. So we'll just leave it as, like this one. It is not the prettiest, but if you pull in a container and you can move them in the center and then actually align everything. Let me just try one more time just for everybody's sake here. Yeah, it is not listening to me, so maybe this way. No, it's still moving it on the side. This layout and then these options are being worked on at this moment. This is just a temporary solution to what they are planning later on. Maybe we can leave it and move it this way. Nope. No. Let's just leave it as it is. I know that it's not the prettiest, but let's just continue. So the map, we have it finished. I want to edit my footer now. It is a black footer. It has my logo in white. It has this text over here. It has the street address and then the social media icons. I just edited and pasted in white. Okay, my site is extremely slow. So I am in the block of the footer. I will put it in black. I will come over here to this text and paste in the global style that I copied over heading 1 and just make it smaller. Type in my text. I'll just copy it from here. And we are done. I will click on this logo over here. This is just an image file. Okay. And also, guys, I didn't tell you at the end of this whole thing, at the end of the Q&A session, I will have a gift for you. For everybody that has stayed until now, I will have a gift, and I want to give you this as my parting gift for staying and for being here. I have Christine in the comments. Vocabulary lesson for today: scooch, to move slightly to the side. Correct. Thank you very much for this one, Christine. I love your help, and especially these kind of explanation for the people that are not using these type of slang terms like scooch over. She wrote it nicely. Scooch means to move slightly to the side. Awesome. I love it. Okay, so this is the business logo white. It is actually not showing up because we need to make it bigger. So I want to put it in pixels and then make the sizing a bit bigger. We see that the REM, this max REM, max width is blocking it, so I cannot make it bigger. Once I change it to a higher number, then yeah, I can change it, but I will leave it as it is at this moment. And then I will just come over and copy my text. So this was just a dummy address I found in Melbourne, Australia. I would really love, in case somebody I have Mark saying it's called Lemonisms. I love that word, Mark. Thank you for that one. I can actually brand and trademark this word now because it is related to what I created in this video, and I have proof. So Christine is showing my Lemonisms in these videos. Love it. Yeah, so in case you are from Australia, I would love, in case you are watching and following, to put in some note, some kind of icon or a smiley or a love heart or something that you are from Melbourne, Australia. I just found this dummy address online and I'm going to use it. But we will be pasting in our heading 1, making it smaller. This is white text already, and I think this is how I want it to look like. As you remember, the icons we can modify using the text element over here. So once you click on an icon, you have it chosen, you can come into the text element as soon as your computer is working, and then click on the color, resize it to the size that you want. I will be just leaving them as they are and then changing the colors. But guys, we basically built out a full page. It has been a couple of hours now. It has been almost 2, but we built out a full page that some people hire actually help in building out a page like this. But in case you follow this video and then you you follow this video and then you actually take some time and then you recreate it online. Oh, Carol is saying some of us are on YouTube. Perfect. Thank you very much, Carol. I actually can see your comments on here, so thank you very much for popping in. And as Christine, she really took the lead on the comments. And yes, we can see you. So glad you are here. Perfect. Thank you very much, Christine. I love your help today. Yeah, so we finished it now. Some people can do this much quicker without me talking, in case you just sit down and then you recreate everything on here. But yeah, we recreated a beautiful looking website in just a couple of hours. It is not super complicated. You just need to invest a bit of time, and then you can do that one on yourself as well. Let's just save it and publish it one more time. And then, as you remember, once we put together the page layout, we came up with the brand colors and fonts, changed the image text colors, put in the correct links. We did this on a couple of places. So the emails, telephones, we did. Social media, I need to still put, and the call to action link. The The call to action link is a form that we create in Google Forms. Let me just make it a bit darker here. So I will go and show you how you can create your form and how you can connect it to Google Sheet so you can collect users' details. So Google Form. Jim Evans is saying, this lemon is gold. Thank you very much. So let me just explain you this one. At this moment, in GroovePages, there is a system that you can use for contact or for emails, for signups and things like this. But at this moment, contact forms are not possible. There are a couple of blocks that were pre-made, like, for example, in the wireframe blocks, contacts. You can see some of these. Let me just zoom in. You can see some of these contact forms. They're already created and they're beautiful, and then you will be able to use them once GrooveMail comes out. At this moment, GroovePages doesn't have its own email platform. It's basically a server that needs to have to be able to send and receive emails. At this moment, it is not inbuilt yet. Once GrooveMail comes out, this option will be available. So you just pull in a contact block and then you do that within GroovePages. However, there is Google Forms, which I use on my sites, and I suggest you to use on yours at this moment in case you want to have a contact form looking like functionality that is actually receiving the information that users paste in or put in on your site. You can connect a Google form to it. So google.com/forms. You just come into a personal account. You need to log into your Google account, and then you have it available. You can start from scratch, or you can use this contact information. Once you start from scratch, you can just paste in. You just click on this one, the question, first name. Another question will be last name. I have Valentine. Oh man, I'm a little late. No worries, Valentine, you are here. Let me just zoom in so you can see what I'm working on. So I am explaining Google Form, that this is a way to have forms on your site. Once you click on the Contact Us, basically you are transferred over to a form that your customers can fill in. And then once they submit, you receive an email about this submission. And then you can also connect everything from the Google Forms to a Google Sheet. So it will be like an Excel type of table that will be collecting all the information. So email addresses, first name, last name, address, phone number, everything. And this is GDPR compliant because once you put in an email and you submit, it actually says that you are collecting email, and then they have to agree with that one. So you can just come over here. There is already a pre-made template that you can use, contact information. I know that this is not regarding GroovePages, but I really want to show this workaround that you can use for your businesses, just to start up and go in and then actually have a fully functioning website, so that this contact option is not in the way of you being successful. Can you show how to link the Google form? Yes, I will be doing that. I just want to create one first. It's Windy is asking from Facebook, can I show how to link the Google form? Yes, I will do that, Windy. So here I want to just put a form description, basically fill in your details, as you can see on this one. Fill in your details in regards to the Lemon business query, something like this, just so that you put in a description of what the people will be doing at this moment. Here you can just click on there and just type in first name. It's the short answer if it is required or not. I want to use another similar one for last name, so I will just duplicate the first name, come in here, last name, and make this one required as well. Email we already have. In case they type in an invalid email, it will say please enter a valid email address. You can change this text over here. There is an address in case you want to ask for address. I will actually delete it. I don't want their address. Phone number, as you can see, it is not required. And then comment. Comment is a long answer text. This is a paragraph basically that people can type in their query and questions and whatever they want to use. So this is basically it. Up here, you have a customize theme option. You can choose the different colors of your page. So I want to put everything in gray, as our site is kind of grayish looking. And then I want to just delete the image up here. I don't need it. I find it useless. And then basically that is it. There's 3 types of fonts: decorate, formal, and playful. I am just actually 4: basic, decorative, formal, and playful. I'm on the basic. I like this one. And I think I'm done with this. You can put up the settings to collect email addresses, response receipts. Basically, this means that the people will immediately get a copy of this one. So once somebody filled out a form, they will get a copy of the filled out form. And then limit to 1 response or multiple. I can let your customers that visit your webpage have multiple queries, so I can allow this one. This is fine. So you can have a preview of this one. You can have some more settings over here. I didn't find anything useful on that one. But once you come over here, responses, this is where the magic happens. This is where you can see the responses. If somebody already filled out your form, you will see them all here. And then here, you can create a spreadsheet. You can create a spreadsheet to collect all these details and then actually store it in a Google Sheet. So you can create a new one. You can just type in the name of it here. So Lemon Business Sheet. Let's say I'm fine with this one. I click create, or if you already have one that you created earlier, you can select one from your Google Drive there. I will create a new one, and now we are locked and loaded. So this is basically the sheet that Google Form created for us, Lemon Business Sheet. And this is how it will look like. It will collect the email addresses, first name, last name. We don't need another email here. We can delete that one. Phone, and then comments. So if somebody fills this one, this will actually immediately pull everything inside the Google Sheet here. So you have all the responses, all the questions, everything at the same place. So that is it. Once you are finished with your form, let's say we want to delete this email. We don't need it because we are asking for the email already here. You can just click the send button and you can test it out. You can send yourself a test email, or you can just copy this link. Let's say we want to shorten link, just this one. We copy this one, and then we'll go over to our the GroovePages, and then I want to link this button to my link to the Google Forms. So I will click on the button. In the upper right-hand corner, click the configure, and then I can just paste in the link here, and I want it to open in a new tab. As you saw, once we pasted in our link, this update button didn't show as pink. So you come to the end of it and you press a delete button, or just a left and right arrows on your keyboard, and then it will just show up as a pink, as an update. And then once you click this, it is now a fully functioning contact us button. We have another one we need to still work on. This is the upper one over here. I click on it, link to URL. I want it to be opened in a new tab, and I want to just paste it in. As you see, there is, I pasted it in, but the update button is not visible yet. So I just click a delete button once, and then you can update it here. Okay, so this is now connected to our contact us button. You can also use the embed option from here. You can embed this HTML. I will show you how that would look like. It is pretty ugly, so this is why I'm not showing it here. I will just create a new blank page and then just pull in a block. empty. Okay, code embed. Yeah, so Dama is saying, I presume we'd use the code embed element. You can use that one, but let me just show you how it looks like. It is pretty ugly. So once we embed the Google form, and then the first time it usually doesn't work. Once we go back in the second time. Okay, let's just reload. Windy is asking, how do you access Google Forms? Sorry, I've never used it and missed it. So you just type in to Google Forms. You come to their page, click over here. Once you are logged in using your Google account, you just go here to personal, or in case you have your GSuite, you can just click there, go to Google Forms, and then you're basically in the dashboard. You can start creating your forms. You can create a blank one, or you already have some templates here that you can choose from. I just use the first one, the contact information, and then that's it. Let me just show you, Dama, how it looks like once we embed it. Just save it. And it is actually loading in. So now it is saved and embedded on our page. It looks like this, and you need to scroll. I don't want for the people to be able to scroll. I want everything to be on the same page. So even if you play with this width and height thingy, it will always end up being ugly. So I don't recommend embedding it on your page. You can use it, but I don't suggest it. I suggest you to link it to a button as we did it here. And then basically, guys, that is it. Let me just see if we did everything. Okay, so social media icons. It's pretty simple. So I can just come over here, click on the icon, and then basically choose the link to URL, and I can just type in facebook.com, and then wherever it needs to go, I usually click the open in new tab, and then we are done. You can do that for the rest as well, but let me just save, publish, and then let's test this page out and how it looks like on a big screen. Mark has a question here. Would GSuite allow me to create these forms for multiple clients in which I manage their GMB accounts? Yes, so you can create basically an account that you are collecting the info on. Once you can also invite, as you already have your Google Sheet over here, you can invite people, for example, the customers that you created the website for. You set everything up and you invite them to be editors in this Google Sheet. You can also add on their email addresses so that they receive the responses. Select response destination, and you can there is somewhere around here, get email notifications for new responses. That is enabled. Somewhere in the settings tab, there is an option where you can actually set up the email addresses that you want to receive the questions or basically the queries to. So you can set this up as your customers' details, and then you're good to go, Mark. Let's just see if it has been published now. Lemon Business, and test out the page. So this is how it looks like. We have our FAQ type of collapse buttons. We have an image. We have a button that is now hovering. You can connect your video to. We have basically a contact us. Once clicked, it is redirecting us to the form. Send me a copy of my responses. You can enable, disable, and then you can see here the Google form is showing nicely. On my other side, it wasn't showing up nicely. So yeah, guys, this is basically it. We created this site in, I think, two hours and 11 minutes, or a bit more. But yeah, it's a full website, a one-page website. Let's just test out the navigation. About us, and it actually pops us over here to the About Us section. Let's just click the services. You can see the services now over here. And let's check the contact. We have this contact thingy in the focus now. So I'm happy with that one. You can just work on that one on your sides to be more precise. And then as we created the page 2, it is starting to show up in our navigation bar. So I'll just remove it and then we are golden. That's it. I think we are finished. I will not adjust the responsiveness and publish on my own domain, and everything is okay. Q&A time, guys. Let me know your questions. How can I help you? Did you have anything that you were struggling with that you don't understand at this moment? I will be just going in and then looking through the questions. In case you have something new, please ask them over here. I'll just go in and scroll through if we have any more questions. Barshi Sakar is asking, how can I adjust the percentage width of the columns containers within a block? At this moment, the Barshi, it is pretty weird once you are doing this one. I don't suggest you to do that. Let's just edit this one over here. I saved and published, so in case I break something, it will not appear. But let's say I want to do a smaller container. I would go to, okay, let me just make it big for you. I would go to the sizing of the container, and then you can choose the width and then play with this one. You can work with these, but at this moment I didn't find this very smart to play with, because let's say I want to have only a container this big and I want to move it to the edge of this screen. So I would need to come over here, the margin, and then move it all the way to the bottom. And then to increase this one, to come over here, I would also need to come to the sizing and then work with the sizing. Just play around what is the best thing to do. As you can see, relative to the page is not the best. Relative to the parent, it is still not good enough. Relative to the pixels, you can choose it this way, as you see I'm doing here, but it knows to break. It is not, at this moment, it is not pretty good yet. Once this feature comes out that you can click on it and then resize it with your mouse, the columns and containers and everything, it will be much easier and much simpler. At this moment, I don't do this. I work with different columns and different blocks, but you can create pretty awesome looking websites already with everything that you got here. Let's see. Let me just hide this question. Hi, David. How can spam mail be avoided? We already did that one. David, can you share the text version of this screen for us, or create a PDF checklist for us, please? Yes, so I will share this one, this workflow. I will share it with everybody. It will be in the description of the video here in YouTube and also on Facebook. So you will be able to just download this one. This will be in a PDF, I think, format. So you can just come in and then use this workflow when you are designing your own pages. Let's see. If our email service provider MailerLite generates an HTML code for an opt-in form, can we use that with GroovePages? Just insert the HTML code. Correct, you can do that one. It is pretty simple. I have shown that one in one of my previous videos. You can search for it in the Groove Digital Groove Funnels Facebook group. But yes, you can do that one. Let's see, any new questions popping in? Phil is saying, thanks, David, much appreciated. I will need time to play with the buttons and learn what each one does. Correct. So there is no better way to work with this software at this time than to just play with different buttons, different options and everything. So at this moment, that is basically it. I cannot see a lot of new comments. Let me just see. David, so once we have this template created and saved, We can then clone it for multiple businesses, for local niches, and then just customize it for each client. Right, absolutely correct, Mark. Let's see, follow up. I just tried it, code embed, but it would not save. Yes, Dama, once you use the code embed, you saw what I did. Once you, I'll just do it one more time. Once you use the code embed, it has a small bug. So first time when you drop it in, it will not be working. You need to exit it. Let me just show you one more time. I will just use this embed code over here. So I go in there, I paste this one in, and then save. You see it doesn't save, it doesn't do much. It is not working the first time. You need to cancel it out. You need to exit it, maybe save it, and then refresh the whole page. Once you refresh it, then it will be working. This is just I know it's silly, but this is how it works, unfortunately, at this moment. Developers know about this error. I reported it to them, so they have it on their to-do list. You can see undefined because it is showing that it's something went wrong, but once you paste it in the second time, then it actually loads in and you can see it here. So this is just a way around it at this moment. Let's see, Jim, he has a question. On the main pages where we can see each funnel, can we rename the funnel? Correct. So Jim, let me just show you here. Once you are in your site, here in the upper right-hand side corner, you click the site settings, and then you rename my new site. I can put Lemon Business Live Stream. Okay, Lemon Business Live Stream. Once I save this one, I want to save everything one more time. You can see that my button broke here, and then here as well. Doesn't matter. When I go out to GroovePages, you will be able to see that now it says Lemon Business Livestream. It is not saying my new site anymore. So it is how you rename your sites and funnels. Can I offer an immediate free downloadable digital report to new contacts who click on Contact Us? You can set it up using an email service provider. You can use automation. So in case you are using Google Forms, somebody leaves a query, and then all the emails are transferred over here to this Lemon or this Google Sheet that you set up with Google Forms. You can set up Zapier. This is an automation platform to take emails from here and then connect it with your email provider, MailChimp, let's say. And then once a new email comes in here, Zapier will take it, put it to your MailChimp account, and then you can actually send out immediately your PDF or whatever you are offering. So this way, using Zapier, this is zapier.com, you can do that. This is free. You can log in free. There are free apps you can connect with each other, but in this instance, you would need to connect Google Forms with your own email service provider, and then you would be able to use that automation. Thanks so much for clarifying. Yeah, so that's it, guys. At this moment, I cannot see any new questions. So I have one more last one for you. Is it okay if I over-deliver? If you agree with this one, in case you like, please comment just a heart. Just put in a comments on one heart so I can see who is following here with us. I want to give you a gift, as I said. But in case you don't want that one, in case you don't leave a heart, and unfortunately, we'll just need to miss the gift from this video. Okay. So I have Dama saying heart, Joy saying yes, Veronica saying yes. Paul Jones, training is great. Thank you for your time. Awesome. So Jim saying yes. Paul Jones saying heart. Awesome. Very creative. Phyllis saying yes. Read heart. Yes. Heart from Valentine. Another awesome job, Dave Lemon. Over deliver is your middle name. Thank you very much, Mark. Karen is with us here watching us. I have Facebook user, I cannot see, left 2 hearts. How do I put in a heart? Wendy, I will take it as a heart. Thank you. Barb Gibson, awesome. Veronica is putting in some circling hearts. Awesome. So guys, let me just I have another Facebook user saying, yes, I will show you something amazing. Let me just show you this one. So this is the page I created before. So this is the one that we were recreating. I actually made this look also nice on every device. As you can see, once you scroll down, there are a couple of mistakes, but once you start working with it, you can fix that one. But this has been optimized for mobile fully. You just probably need to fix this Google Maps. But I want to give this template as a gift to you for staying so long. So this is where you need to go. Let me just duplicate this site with a slide. Go to this one. This is boom.groovepages.com /business. Go to this one over here. This is the website that we were recreating. This is the Lemon Business site that that I was using as an example. I built this out today, and I want to give this template as a gift to you for staying so long. So https://boom.groovepages.com /business. You load in this site over here. It will look like this. Then follow me now. You right click, view page source. You click somewhere on the page and click Control A or Command A, Control C, Command C. You come over here, create a new site. Choose a blank template. Everything needs to be blank like this. Click over here next to the saved button, and then the I button, there is this code button. Once you click edit source code, paste it in, save, boom. You can basically take this site and then recreate everything. Once you click in, you can edit everything. So this is now a template I'm giving to you for staying so long. You can recreate it as well in case you want it, but I'm giving this as a gift to you for staying. This is a template that you can just copy in and then start using immediately. I don't want you to be waiting in case you are a small business and have to create a website like this. This is my gift to you guys. This Corona crisis made everybody on edge and then looking for help, and I want to be there and help you guys. And then this is how I can actually create a video, give you the template that I created at the end, and then this is the way I can help you. There's not much I can do online. I cannot see you, I cannot talk with you, but this way at least I'm doing my part. So just come in here, you can duplicate it, you can create similar looking pages. Yeah, this is this is what I can do for you. So https://boom.groovepages.com /business. In case it is not loading in, just put in another / at the end of it, and then it should be working. Can you repeat how to do that one more time, please? Yes, I can. Okay, let me just go in there and actually, yeah, so boom.groovepages.com /business, and put a / at the end. Try to work it out. There is a couple of people that are getting 404 errors, Wendy and Juana, Dama. So just Dama's put in the link. Try to click on it and then actually see if it works this time. Yeah, add the / add the / at the end, and it should be working. So let me just show you one more time how it works. You come to the website boom.groovepages.com /business / right click, view page source, and then you have this code. It starts with doc type HTML. You click somewhere on the page, you Control A or Command A to select everything, Control or Command C, you come into your GroovePages thingy. Let me just delete everything from here. Okay, you have an empty page, an empty site. You click inside this code, edit source code, and you just paste in the code as it is. You don't touch anything, don't press enter, don't do anything. Click save, and bada bim, bada boom. You have your site up and running. You can just change in the images, you can change in the text, you can change out the colors, link in your own stuff, and you're basically good to go. At this moment, this is what I can show you. This is how I can help you, and this is what I am trying to do. So, is this good? Did you actually like my training? I'm really interested in case you like my training, in case you like my delivery. Was it good enough, guys? I'm really curious. I saw. Thank you. I got it. Got it. Thank you. It works. Sweet. Perfect. I really want to provide as much value as I can. I'm not charging you for anything. I'm not here to get your money. I'm here to get your attention. I think your attention at this moment is much more valuable to me than any money can give me. Reed Porter, David, you are amazing. Yes, I love your training. Super cool. Perfect. Absolutely 100%. Mark Kudo, I have here. Veronica, yes, was awesome. Thank you so much, David. So good. Thank you, Tracy. Wendy, Phyllis, great. Wendy, she says you're an excellent teacher. Thank you. Perfect. Awesome, guys. I really like to see this one. It was perfect, David. I am actually feeling sorry for the guys who came on at the beginning and then didn't stay at the end. Most probably they will see the replay of this video, but you can go out there and actually start working on the same template that we created together. It is pretty easy if you follow step by step. In case you get into some trouble, just go watch the replay and then you will be able to figure out what went wrong. Yes, was very good. If you could do it in 2 parts. This will be a replay up on Facebook and up on YouTube, so you can just speed it through. You can click on different sections, and this was huge help, and it was way more than good enough. Thank you very much, Jeremy. I really appreciate. Barb says, yes, I have never created anything like this before, so I was a bit overload, but I think when I start doing it, it will make all sense. I'm excited. Awesome, Barb. Good to see that one. It was awesome, Jeremy. Karen says, thank you so much. It was great. Jeremy says, your style is so good also. Thank you very much, Jeremy. So yeah, guys, we are going now for 2.5 hours. This is very, very valuable for me to have you here. Wendy is asking, when will their replay be available? As soon as I end the broadcast, the replay will be available. It will need some time to load in to a higher definition video, so it will be in standard definition, quite blurry. Leave it for 2 or 3 minutes, and then you will be able to see a full video version of it. And then also on YouTube, the same thing. So it just needs a bit of time to actually load in the video quality. But yeah, guys, this was it. I really appreciate your time. In case you would like me to create something else, please head over to askgroove.net. This is a site that I go to and actually take trainings from, and I create the videos for you guys. I'm here every single day. Tomorrow, I will be doing a video on SEO, on page SEO, and how to work with different SEO tools that we have within GroovePages. So stay tuned for that one. In case you have some questions, please let me know. You are awesome, guys. And then I really am very happy to be able to work with you. So that's it, guys. I want to let you go back to your things that you were doing before. and then I hope you enjoyed. So one more time, thanks for staying so long, and I hope you will be able to use my gift for you. Bye-bye.